And another Friday, another
Here we
7
are.
o'clock. Here we are again. Even though it looks like Facebook doesn't like us today. I don't know why.
It's boycotting us.
Facebook does not like us today. We're only on YouTube. So,
That's
hey,
fine.
you, YouTube, you. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I don't know what's going on. I tested everything before. Everything was good. There's always something, you know.
Yeah.
When it comes to live streaming, this is an important lesson for anybody that is watching. It can be complicated. Because essentially, you know what it is? We're dealing with a whole bunch of other different things. But
Yeah, it's true.
before we start, we're going to record the way it is, and then we'll post it on Facebook. And
How's
then
that?
people can watch it on Facebook anyways. Or we'll just restream it from YouTube, and it'll be
that
fun
can-
like that
yeah,
as well.
that
So
can
you
be
guys
fun.
can check that out as well on Facebook afterwards if you do so wish to do so. So welcome. So what are you up to?
Not much. You know, it's been a
Because you've been stuck at home
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody else.
yeah. It's been one of those
Yeah.
weeks that it's whatever.
It's just one of those.
yeah, one of those.
Yeah. Things don't look too good here in Toronto, but hey, what the heck? We're
Yeah.
gonna keep on going, keep on trying our best, and trying to see if things continue. But it's not looking good, man. I'm not liking this. This
Yeah.
third wave situation is quite annoying, if you ask me. What's your
think-
opinion on this?
I think it's just
I
everyone.
don't know what kind of accent that was, by the way.
I think everyone is just extremely tired.
Yeah.
Even
Indeed.
even people like myself, I enjoy being at home, but it's the not being able to go out, I think, or being apprehensive about going out. I think that's what's bringing people down, right?
Yeah.
So you
100%.
and again, I'm not saying that I'm sad or anything like that. I'm actually very positive and whatever. I try to make the best out of every situation, but overall, I think that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I think it's the this fatigue that it's been a year. Kids are still working from home. The cases skyrocketed. I know they're now sort of reaching a plateau, but there's still a lot of cases that we're talking about. Then we see the news from other parts of the world. They're just going into the hundreds of thousands of cases, and I think all of that is not really helping people cheer
No.
up. But yeah, it's
And it
you
kind
know?
of sucks. And I think everybody is in that same position
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we're all kind of like a little bit, if not a lot, fed up with this whole situation.
Yeah.
But there's not much we can do. I mean,
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, try to make the best out of it, and I really do. Like, this week has been, even the weather was against us here in Toronto.
I know. It freaking snowed on Wednesday.
It's
I mean,
so bad.
come on, man. Come
But
on, Mother Nature.
But anyways, last
Let's be
weekend, on the
friends.
other hand, and today actually, it was really nice. And when I say I really try to take the best out of every situation, I remember Saturday morning, I enjoyed my first cup of
You're gonna
coffee
run.
outside. I went to our backyard, and it was a bit crisp, but it was okay, and you could really enjoy the sun. So. Yeah, I mean, things like that are beginning to be an option. Like, we're not just stuck at home. We can go to our backyards. But this week was, even
Yeah.
Mother Nature was weird.
Mother Nature was not nice to us. But anyways,
Yeah.
this is the show where we talk about a lot of stuff that has been going on the design, on the tech world, on the marketing, on all of those fun things, because that's what we do here at Creative 7. But we also get into like the weird stuff. We get
Yeah.
into the weird shit.
Yeah.
There's some wacky news that I always find during the week, and I try to bring it in here. So that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about is some wacky stuff. We got the usual suspects of the show. Calling it a show. Have you noticed that?
You should.
Yeah,
in
it
a
is a
way,
show.
it is. You know what I mean?
It's my own show.
You've made it at Friday at 7. I mean, there's that commitment. So
Yeah. And we're going to talk about a logo, another rebrand. This one isn't too bad. It's we'll talk about it when we get there now, won't we? And of course, your favorite, I'm guessing, the game time. We've got another game. We've got another game for you guys. It's going to be fun. And obviously the usual suspects at the end. We have the YouTube channel, the nice suggestion at the end, and also the podcast that I suggest. This is all stuff that I listen to and watch, to channels that I watch and I like myself. So, it's just kind of giving you my 2 cents. Next week, we will have a special guest. I'm kind of cooking things up and making sure that it works out and there are no technical issues. So we're going to try to get that going. I'm not going to say who it is because he might bail on me at the last minute, and then I'm going to have to go hunt for him.
Oh, it's a him. Okay. There's a clue.
There's a clue.
There's a clue.
I will hunt you down. I will find you. No, I won't do that. He will be here for sure. And it will be a fun. Actually, I'm going to try to do that as much as I can. Try to bring in some guests from now on, starting next week. So I'm already starting to line them up. I already have one that has confirmed that wants to be in, is okay to be in our show. And I'm going to get them to comment the stuff that we're going to be talking about. What do you think of that idea?
I think it's going to be
awesome.
Good. Yeah. I mean,
to have like a third opinion, because I don't trust your opinion. So I'm going to just,
It will definitely add to the show. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
All right. Are you ready for the news for this week?
I am.
I'll be honest. It was not a good week for news.
It's funny you're saying that, because I heard other people, even radio announcers, complaining about the same thing. The ones that do the funny,
the news
shows
and all of that.
Like that, yeah. Everyone was complaining about being at week 4. I'm telling you, it's the weather. And yeah.
It might be. I mean, we are searching all over the world, but I don't know. There was just not many interesting things, but there was one event that kind of brought us a whole bunch of little things. So we're going to be tackling that. We spoke about that event, which is the Apple Spring Loaded event that just happened on, was it Tuesday? So on the last episode, we spoke about what we thought was going to happen. A lot of the things actually came to be true.
Yeah.
Some of them, not so much. Not so much. So
they didn't come to be true, or they didn't impress you?
Well, they didn't happen.
Oh,
they just didn't happen.
No.
So and you know what? I'm gonna actually start from the end of my list. So one of the options that we spoke about last week that was possibly going to be in this event was the AirPods 3, like a third generation or fourth at this point. I don't know. Didn't happen. So that didn't happen.
Okay.
Another one was the iPad Mini. Nothing there.
All right.
Nothing happened there on the Mini, but it did happen on another iPad, and we're going to talk about that. Some people were talking about MacBooks. Didn't work. MacBook Pros, that didn't work. So, and another, people were also talking about surprises, like the surprise is going to be like a VR set or an Apple Car. Trust me, none of that happened. But a whole bunch of other things happened. And we'll start with the first one. Where am I? Oh my God, so many buttons. I've got the Roadcaster, my laptop, my keyboard for that computer that's showing us all the stuff that's going to go on. I got the stream.
Wow.
That's a lot of stuff, people.
I'm just sitting here.
All right. So let's move on to the iMac. Actually, I'm going to refresh this page because there's a nice little animation that shows up when you come into this page. Watch. You've never seen. Essentially, they're computers. On the side, you just see like lines, but they're computers.
They're so thin, yeah.
They're very thin. And I'm divided on this one.
Why? I'll give my opinion.
My thing is, okay, so the thing I don't like, first of all, I'm not a fan of the colors. I'm going to say that.
I am a fan of the red one.
Not even the red. The red doesn't sell it to me because it's not a true red. Like when I say red, I like a nice red, like a Creative 7
isn't
red.
It this red? Like this is the Apple red,
No. And then Apple now is doing this two-tone thing, which is like they're grabbing a main color and a secondary color, and the secondary color is always like a pastel.
Oh, I see. You're not a fan of pastel.
No. I don't know. I just don't. I think if they threw in a black version, they have a white version. They threw in a black version. I think it would have been nicer. Now, let's talk about.
I like the red. Look at that.
Okay, the red is not the worst of them all. I don't mind it. But honestly, I just think that that they're calling it the chin, that bar at the bottom. That's essentially where the computer is. So
really, eh?
The top part is really just the screen, right? And the components for the screen. And then they fit everything in terms of the computer side of things in that bar, which is the bottom part. Now, we don't need to have such a thin screen. Like, you know what I mean? If this is going to go on a desktop, I would rather have double the width, because this thing is thin. Like, it's this thin, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having it like just a little bit
more.
And put the damn computer in the back and get rid of that chin and just have like a nice big screen
I see what you mean.
without any of that other extra stuff. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But hey, some people might like it. I'm also not a fan of that white border. If it was black, I wouldn't say a thing.
Yeah, that. Okay.
But this is me.
I see.
And again, this.
Yeah.
You tell me in the comments if what your opinion is on this. I honestly believe that this is a personal opinion.
Yeah, no.
And this is definitely my personal opinion. So this is what you're getting is my personal opinion.
And I have to say, I'm not a fan of desktop. I prefer
the laptop,
right? Like,
which is going to bring a good conversation point in a little bit.
That for me, if you give me a choice, I will always go for the laptop. But
so you see what they did here. So in terms of the colors, so they went with, see, it's the green, but it's got the little green.
Click on the red.
And then the red has got that little pinkish, like salmon.
See, that I don't like. I like the red.
They should have kept the whole red thing.
Yeah, I like the red.
So then they have I was calling it white, but it's a very light silver, which for me, it's the best one of all of this. I just wish they had done the same thing in like a matte black or something. I think it would look really, really awesome. But hey, then you got a yellow, and then you got an orange, and then you got...
yellow is not bad for me either, even though I still prefer the red.
This looks good from the back, but I don't like the front. I don't like the pastel-y colors. That's just my personal opinion. But the back looks good, but think about it. If you have your desk against the wall, nobody's ever going to see that color.
Yeah.
They're only going to see the front of the computer.
So, yeah, I have to say I agree. I wish they had the same solid color all over the place.
Another interesting choice that they've made for this one is they put the logo only in the back and no logo in the front. And from a branding perspective, I think that was a bad choice. And my take on that is that not everybody has a big open space or has, let's say, a reception area that has the Mac facing whoever's coming in to see that logo. From a branding perspective, and I can't believe like these guys are the kings of branding.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't put a little logo in the front of the computer like the old ones have, like all the old iMacs, they all have it.
Could it be because at this point you look at that screen and you know it's Apple?
It doesn't matter, man. There's going to be a lot of copycatters in the next few months or years, right?
Yeah.
So another company comes out with something similar to this, they're going to go, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Overall, like I said, I'm not I prefer the laptop over the desktop. But however, I don't completely dislike this one. Like I said, I like the red one. The yellow one is not bad either.
So
I do agree that the color, that solid color they have at the back, I wish it was at the front as well, and a bit all over.
Okay, this is the thing.
Yeah.
From a design perspective and an interior design perspective, this is really nice because now you have choices that can go with match whatever you have in your room or your office. You can try to color coordinate your computer with the rest of your office or room or whatever it is. Fine, that's okay. But again, I don't think that a lot of people have just a desk in the middle of the room so that you can see the back. Not everybody.
Spaces.
Exactly. Most people, I mean, if you think about downtown Toronto where the apartments are so small, not everybody's going to have the freedom to put this computer in the middle of the room so you can see the nice back of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just this is the thing. But
what caught my attention that I really liked is that it brought me back to, was it the first iMac? Those beautiful color.
yeah, it was the first iMacs were the color ones.
The color ones. Okay, so it brought me back to that. And at the time, I know you're not a big fan of them either.
Well,
but
I was a big fan
one. Yeah, I know.
of a couple of the colors. Like in
Yeah.
terms of the concept of the computer at the time, it was a beautiful concept,
and we owned
right?
one, right? But it brought me back to that time, right? I don't know. It was just this nostalgia that they brought.
Listen,
back.
let me bring in the good aspects I
Yeah.
like about it. I do like the fact that this is nice and
Yeah.
thin. I
Yeah.
do like that part because look, in that picture where that kid is looking at the computer, you can barely see he's
See the
looking at a computer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
They made it nice and thin. The power attachment to it is
Yeah.
magnetic. It's nice. A fun fact of this whole thing. So they put the headphone jack on the side. You know why?
No.
Because the actual depth of the
Oh, that's how thin it is.
is so thin that there's not enough space for the jack. I mean, I don't have a jack
Yeah,
here, but
yeah,
the
yeah.
jack of a headset,
It's
to
actually
fit.
thicker than Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
So it would kind of like go through the whole damn computer if you did it that way. It's a cool thing. Like
That
I like
is,
that
for sure,
In
yeah.
terms of the design of this, I think it's a beautiful
Well, that's what the
engineering
laptop
design.
has, yeah.
Like it's very slick. It's very good. I just have to say, on my point of view, I think I would rather have double the thickness because it would still be thin.
Yeah.
Double the thickness, put the computer in the back, the computer components in the back, and get rid of that chin.
Yeah.
And just make it a nice, beautiful. It would be like a regular monitor. You would go, wow, this is a monitor. No, it's a computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just me. So the other thing, here we go, Mac. I mean, if somebody's just catching this show now and doesn't know who the hell I am, might think that I hate Apple right now, but I don't. I've been
It's
using
quite the
Apple for
opposite.
20
He
something
loves
years.
Apple.
I'm an Apple guy. Every single computer in this office room is an Apple computer,
single
laptop,
phone.
everything. But I have to say what I have to say because
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're doing justice to what they're, in terms of what, 4 little things to plug into? Like seriously, we have from SD cards to US everything to plug in, and you
yeah.
give us 4 little ports? Really? Yeah, 2 of them are Thunderbolts, which are faster connectors, blah blah blah. Great, but why didn't you leave the other ones, man?
Yeah, add
It's like
a few
we
more.
need stuff. Put it on the side. Put it at the. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
It's
add
like
a few more.
why? So you're making something look really, really nice, and then you're gonna have to ruin that by adding some extra stuff
Yeah.
to make it work.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Why do they keep doing that? It's like on this MacBook Pro having only 4. Same thing. Like it's gonna have the same ports as that.
I have the same
It's no, you don't. Well,
no, I have
but this
2.
is an Air, but you still have the
One,
USB
2.
connection.
I
You have
have
2.
2,
It's
yeah.
not a lot, but this is a Mac Air. It's different.
it's
It's meant to be just a grab and go kind of computer.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's a Pro, if it's something that you're going to be doing stuff
It's a
on,
desktop.
you're
yeah.
going to need the extra ports. I'm sorry. This is cool. I like that. The magnetic thing. I don't know if you saw it snapping, but
yeah,
it
yeah.
snaps now. That I like. The monitor apparently is going to be like what is it, 4.5K or whatever they're saying. 4.5, 4.5, sorry. Retina display, which is amazing. I mean, my iMac is the 27-inch, and it's a 5K. Listen, once you go that route, you don't want to go into anything else. It's just amazing. Things just pop. They're really, really good. In terms of like technology, when it comes to the screens, these guys are the
They're
best.
the
I have to
best,
say that.
yeah.
The camera, apparently they've updated the camera, so now you can do better Zoom calls because it's important nowadays.
Good.
What else do they have here? The mics are apparently better. So, having these is an option, but now you don't need them as much. The speakers, the technology is completely revamped.
Yeah.
They've done some black magic here like they usually do, and it sounds amazing. And obviously, the big revamp of all this thing is the M1 chip, which is their own chip, which makes this super fast. Like,
That's awesome.
honestly, you don't need anything else, honestly.
I'm a huge Apple fan, as you know. So yeah.
Now, for somebody that's just picking up a computer, if you really want a desktop computer, great. This is a good option. I don't know. I'm in your kind of field, which is
I prefer laptops. And
I think the laptop is a better
because
choice.
it can go with me anywhere I want to go. And even on my day-to-day life here at home, sometimes you're busy down here, and I need the computer to help our son with homework. And I just grab this one and take it upstairs to the kitchen table or whatever, really, his room, whatever. Yeah. And it becomes easier that way.
See,
right?
If I didn't do what I do in terms of video editing and graphic design and all that kind of stuff, I would probably most likely never have an iMac.
Yeah.
But because I do all that stuff, it is better to have it. You have the bigger screen, real estate,
sure.
and it is still a more powerful computer.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but
now,
for what I do, and I connect this guy to a bigger screen as well. When I'm down here, when I'm doing office work. But but it's having this mobility aspect that I really, really love about the laptop.
So now let's talk about the actual little things that they added to this iMac. Obviously, they revamped a little bit of the keyboard, the mouse, and the trackpad. Great. They did something amazing, which was they put the fingerprint reader on the actual keyboard, which is cool. So, cool. If you just want to just put your finger there to authorize stuff, it makes life a lot easier and a lot better. Here I go complaining again. They missed out on a great golden opportunity right now.
To do what?
Update this sucker.
Oh, I thought it was the keyboard.
This is the most... I don't know. The guy, whoever designed this was on crack.
It's the only thing I do not really enjoy from Apple.
Because, so the mouse has the charger at the bottom where you have to connect a cable. How are you going to work if your cable is connected? It just doesn't work. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Why not put it in the back? Why not put it in the front? On the side? I don't know. Figure it out somewhere. No. What did they do?
They
updated the mouse and they changed the color of it. They did not change the damn thing at the bottom, which was the biggest problem ever, forever. And everybody's complained about this.
It's funny because...
And they didn't listen.
Is this the one our son had upstairs?
Yeah, he hates it too. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this.
Yeah.
I'm actually not a big fan of these.
Yeah, he was not.
Whatever.
I don't have one because I can't work with it either.
So notice that they don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
I think somebody in there is like, oh my God, why are we still doing this? But hey, it is what it is. So aside from the iMac, I mean, will I get one? No, I won't because
you don't need one.
We have way too many in here already, and I don't see a reason why to update. Yes, it's faster. Yes, it's thinner. Yes, it's got all, better camera, better mic, better speakers. But for me right now, it's not a choice. If you're getting a computer, it might be a good choice. This might be the one you want to update to.
And again, if you're looking for a desktop, like I said,
it is a good machine. Like we've had iMacs since they started. I can count 3 in here right now, and
there's one upstairs.
They're good machines. Yeah. So next one up, iPad Pro. Now this one is a good one. If you're in the market,
so no mini but pros.
Pro. So they did not talk about the minis.
Okay.
They're talking about the Pro. Now, the iPad Pro, if you're in the market to get one, and if you're some sort of an artist, or if you think you're going to be using this day in, day out, or if you...
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Siri over there on your iPad talking to you.
Siri, stop. Jeez. I'm like, am I hearing things? Do we have ghosts in this place? Like, what's going on? It was Siri. Jeez. I just said her name again. She's probably going to start.
No.
Anyways, as I was saying, if you're in the market to get one of these guys, or if you just need something like a computer, like a laptop, that you need to just be mobile with it so that you can check your emails, surf online a little bit, or watch a movie or things like that. I don't think you actually need a laptop per se. Yeah. I think from my point of view, I think the laptop is more for that person that actually uses the extra stuff. Like if you're going to be editing or photo editing, But even that
Yeah.
is starting to become so, there's such a fine line now
Yeah.
between the iPad Pro and one of these guys. Actually, I would dare say, and I'm almost 100%, that the iPad Pro is better than your computer right now.
I believe it. Do you think that in the future, one like these guys will be replaced by? I'm thinking,
Let's have the conversation.
This is almost like the iPods, right?
Yeah.
So Apple killed its own invention at the time, right? So by putting everything inside the phone. So I guess do you think we're going to see the same thing from this, not this particular one, but this laptop to the iPad, where the
100%. There's going to be
will disappear.
something is going to give, and I honestly, I'm surprised that it hasn't happened yet. We've had iPads for a long, long time already. If you think
Yeah.
about it, in the grand scheme of things, and when it comes to technology moves so fast that if you think about that, iPads have been here for a long time.
10 years. 11
About
almost.
that, yeah.
Oh, I know, because it's our son's age.
Okay, so there you go. So perfect. So about 10 years.
Almost 11, yeah.
So when they first came out, no, I would have, if you had asked me the question then, no. Halfway through, they were starting to advertising it as a computer. That's not a computer. Fine. Okay, I get that. But nowadays, these suckers, especially this last version, it's
Yeah.
so fast, so powerful. It packs a punch.
Which one do you have?
Oh, I have the first iPad Pro that came out,
Okay.
which is the bigger one,
And it's
all
pretty
that.
good. That's
and
what I'm
it's
asking.
still
It's such
very,
an
very. I
amazing
use
iPad.
it every single day.
Yeah.
It's my thing. If you have a keyboard, if you can attach, and obviously you can, because you can just attach a Bluetooth
Yeah.
mouse to it. What makes that different
From
than
this,
from
yeah.
a computer?
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't.
agree.
Plus, it's got the touch feature, so you can use your hand to touch the stuff. You can draw on it if you have the pencil to it.
And it's funny you're saying that. Oftentimes with this guy, if I'm upstairs,
Oh, I do it all the time. I do it all the time because I'm so used to during the day. I have my
my
iPad
God.
is so I'm working on my iMac and I have my iPad on in front of me, and that's what I use. So I have my note taking app and all of that, and I take notes with my pencil and all that. I do everything
I do it
digitally
all the
now.
time for some reason.
And I'm so used to doing
Yeah.
that. When I grab this guy, I'm smudging it all the time, and it doesn't do anything. So a lot of people are saying, why don't you just put the technology on? Why don't you just make this a touch screen?
True, but I think that that's a better choice. If you ask me,
Well, in
someone who's had an iPad and has an iPad.
Listen,
right?
in the PC land, they've been doing this for years now. They
Yeah.
have laptops that you can just fold around and it becomes a tablet. I just don't understand why Apple has still set these apart. Like, I don't see a difference between an iPad Pro and an Mac Air.
Yeah,
I don't see the difference because because it has a keyboard. I can get a case with a keyboard for
for
the iPad Pro, and it becomes a laptop.
yeah.
It's such a fine line nowadays that
So it
I
might
think that it's going to
where
eventually
they will stop.
this one especially
carrying this.
not
Yeah.
so much the Pro. The Pro, they can put some extra stuff in here and just say, oh, this one is more powerful, but things are getting so smaller
Yeah.
that they can fit everything on the iPad. I don't know, man. It's going to get to that point where do you know what I honestly believe the future is going to be? And I'm hoping that I'm right and I can come to back to this video in 2021 and say, see, I told you guys. I honestly think that everything, you're not going to need any desktop computers, any laptops or anything like that. Everything is going to be on the one device
Yeah.
that is going to be your phone or the device. I hate calling it a phone nowadays. I use it more as a camera. I use it more
Yeah.
as other stuff than I actually use it. I use it to go through sites and YouTube. And is it a phone? I don't call anybody.
I do use it a
I
lot.
do.
I only
Sometimes.
I only call a handful of people, really.
So to call it a
family.
phone, it's almost like
Yeah.
we're picking the least used aspect of the phone
phone,
and
true.
calling it a phone.
I mean, I see my email more on the phone than here. If I need to answer an email,
Exactly.
then I'll come to the computer, obviously, because I type so much faster. But I check everything on the phone. Even when I'm cooking, I'll either ask Google to give me something that I need, or I'll just go on my phone to look for the recipe,
so
right?
What I think is going to happen is, and I'm going to grab my phone to kind of illustrate, I think it's going to be some sort of like, we're going to dock this,
Yeah.
and it's going to connect to the screen, or you might not even need to dock it in the future, because they'll figure out a fast way to kind of connect this device to a monitor. And honestly, it might be able to even project a keyboard to the table or the surface you're in. I've seen that tech already out there.
I was gonna say, I don't think that
I don't know,
future
man.
is too far from us, given when you look at the history of technology in the past decade or so. We've been going at the speed of light. Like it's crazy when I think that, I went to university and the internet wasn't even a thing, and now, 30 years later, here I am surrounded by this and thinking, and we're talking about, maybe that device will actually replace this one and that one, and it's going so fast that I think that in a couple of years from now, that will be the reality.
Absolutely.
Right?
Sorry, I was fixing my COVID here.
That's fine. It looks good. But
so
it's what
I
it
think
is.
it's going to be, okay, imagine this. If you're able to dock your phone somewhere and it projects a keyboard and it projects the screen, done. Solution.
Done.
Apple, are you listening to me? I got you guys. I got you guys. So anyways, going back to this guy, let's just kind of run through it. It's the quality, the speed, it's mind-blowing. Again, they now have the M1 chip, so they're moving all of their hardware into the M1 chips just because it's theirs.
They can.
It works better, and they
can.
can. Exactly. In terms of the Retina display, so this is like a liquid Retina to the extreme. That's what they're calling it. Amazing quality, 5G, M1. I mean, it's got everything. So if you're in the market, this is the time for you to pick one of these guys up. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. What else did they bring? I just wanted to say the iPhone 12, but in purple. So that was a thing.
That's a cute color.
I honestly don't know why they spent time talking about this part, because it's just another color of phone.
It's just a color, nothing else.
But they even made a video about it, so congratulations, it's purple. Apple TV also had like an update. It's
there's something I also enjoy having here at home.
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah.
We've had it for years. We got the first one. That one's now at your parents' house. We have two other ones, one upstairs, one downstairs. We're fans. We use it a lot. It is what it is. We're an Apple house. I know this. I'm kind of contradicting myself today because I'm saying bad things, but I'm not saying bad things. I'm saying what I feel as a consumer, right?
See, but I think you are the person they should be listening to when it comes to reviews, because you actually know their stuff. You've
not
been
me per se, but people like me, right?
Yeah, you've been using their stuff for so many years.
Yeah,
we have it all, from the Apple Watch to, and I was mentioning the iPod. We have like 2 or 3 of them back there.
We still have it in the back.
And I think that's it. Like, we have all their products, or almost all of them, and I think that when it comes to reviewing and listening to people,
they have to listen. They have to listen to people who have been using their
Yeah.
products for years and years and years,
and all of them at the same time. Yeah.
But listen, this one is a good product. It wasn't much of an update. It was it's now a 4K. It displays 4K. It's got more. It's faster. Again, they've introduced the A12 chip into it. But the best part of this whole damn thing is the remote, because I can't reach the other remote. Thank the Lord that somebody
it's got that power button
in the Apple ecosystem there said, okay, this remote that we had sucks, because it sucks. I mean, it's nice and slick. I'll go grab it. You talk about it.
It is a very nice one. But I see what you mean.
Okay, so let me just zoom in here so you guys can see it if you don't have an Apple TV. So this is what it looks like. It's nice, it's tiny. But the top part is like a touch thing, but it doesn't work, man. I mean, it works, but it's such a pain. So for that fact, I'm glad that they finally updated that damn remote, which, by the way, they sell separately, and I'm very tempted in picking one up because I don't. Probably for upstairs, not for down here, but for upstairs.
Wasn't that what they had on the original one?
No, it looked like it. The original one was gray and black as well, like this, but it was.
But it had that round thing. It didn't have the top part.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it actually had that same thing.
Yeah, it had that round.
So they didn't come up with anything new. They just went back and
no, it's that power button that is new. That power button was not on the original one.
So
and it's
apparently
not on this one
that
either.
can close you and shut down your TV.
Yeah.
Woo! That's great. And that the round thing is the cool thing about that is that you can now click. So it works as like a clickable part. So it's like 4 buttons.
Yeah.
But it's also like, so the round part at the edge, it you know when you're watching a movie and you just want to go forward a little bit and back a little bit.
So that's new.
That's a nice little toggle.
Yeah.
I like that. The Siri now is a button on the side. Much better.
Good too.
So they figured some things out here that I feel like the remote sold the thing. It wasn't anything else.
Yeah.
But okay, now this is the star. This is the star of the show. The smallest thing.
You need to connect it to.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Thank you. This is why she's here. This is why I pay her the big bucks, so that she reminds me to hit the button. So the big commotion was the Air Tags, which people have been waiting for over a year now, and it's been leaked here, leaked there, and it's finally here. So what is this? It's a little tag. It's about yay big, like that. It's the size of a loonie or a toonie if you live in Canada.
Cute.
And essentially, it is what it is. It's a little device that you can use as a keychain. You can put it in a gym bag. Put it onto anything that you can lose. So essentially, I'm ordering about 20 of these so I can give to her. And I would suggest having one right there. Like
Silence is very powerful.
Glue one right up over there so that when you lose yourself,
look who's talking.
Anyways, it's
maybe double the order for you.
It connects obviously directly with the Find My app, which is really cool when it comes to like finding your phone and your computer. Now you can have this guy. It's very accurate. It essentially works with Bluetooth. So if you have one of the new phones, it can actually read it like it's a foot away from your phone, which is kind of crazy. And once you're on top of it, it says you found it.
Hot, cold.
Exactly. You can play a couple. I've seen a couple of reviewers online. They kind of played that game where somebody went to hide 4 or 5 of them, and the other person went to go check and find it.
Gosh.
It was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive the way that you can, it detects that. And the cool thing is that it emits a signal to all of the phones that are nearby or all of the Apple products that are nearby. So it creates this like web of like a system that it can help you find wherever you lost it. It makes a little sound once you're getting close to it if you want. You can name it. It can have your number. So if somebody else finds one, they can get in contact with you. This is all like, there's a whole bunch of safety features onto this.
I was going to say, like, they actually pride themselves when it comes to privacy and all of that stuff. So I can imagine how protected it is.
Yes. So essentially, privacy is built into it. So there's a lot of little things that have been built into this. Like one of the things that I saw in one of the reviews, they were talking about 2 actual people from Apple. And they were saying, like, what stops me from putting an AirTag into somebody's bag and this way being able to track them, right? And going against their privacy because they don't know they have that, and all of a sudden I'm tracking them. Well, they've built in some safety features into it where it says, this AirTag is not next to your phone or close to you. It's moving in different directions. Yeah, it's
wow.
You have to read. It's actually complex the way that they've built this in terms of software, so that it knows when it's not attached to the right person. So, I guess one of the questions that came up was, what if I lend my keychain that has an AirTag to a friend of mine to drive his car? But you as a user, an owner of that, you can then go in and change the settings and say, yeah, I've lent those keys or something like that. So
Pretty
it
awesome.
works. I don't know. There's like a ton of technology. It kind of blew my mind when I was listening to them talk. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that it doesn't tap into your privacy. This is all like, you can't see who's sending the message, who's sending the signal, all of that stuff. It's all on the back end. It's through the phones. Not even Apple can see where these things are and all of that. So I just think that this is pretty cool.
I like it.
I think you can put some emojis in there.
I like it.
And I personally will be ordering probably the pack of 4. They have like the single ones, and then they have the 4. And then I'll see how many objects we'll actually need. But especially for the keychains, I think that's, for me, that's one of the big things. For the wallet, I wish this was a little bit thinner. It seems like it's a little bit thicker. I'm pretty sure that third-party people are going to be throwing in new wallets that can fit this thing in, so that we can put that. Anyways, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice, pretty small. You can buy also this one over here. This is the Hermès. I don't know how you say this. Hermès. Hermès. It's like $400.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I know why, but again, why?
Yeah. So that's that. So that was basically it for Apple and what they had to say. I was talking about the Hermès. It's over here. So I just I noticed that I didn't have the thing on. So yeah. It's a pretty cool little device.
The red one I like. See,
the red keychain?
Yeah, I like the red.
Yeah, this one is $400 really nice. If you guys are looking into getting one, I think it's about $400. I don't want to. Let's click buy and see what happens here.
The Hermès one.
Let's see here. Yeah, it wasn't too far off. $449.
Doesn't surprise me.
$379 and $579 for that.
Yeah.
Fine. If you can afford it, go for it. I'll give you a pass on that one.
I'll be honest. I would not pay that much money even if I were a millionaire.
I think it's a waste of money. I mean, that's honestly,
there's certain things that I cannot justify the amount of money that they cost, but I respect the people that like them and buy them.
Fine. All right, let's move on to the weird news of the day. And we spent so much time talking about Apple stock. Honestly, they should sponsor this thing.
They should. Send them
Apple,
a copy of the video.
I'll send you the. Actually, you have
link.
You have all my information because I've bought like a ton of things. Just credit it. Just put like 10 grand or whatever. Actually, they won't, because I've been saying so many bad things about them. The only good part was
they're not bad. They're constructive
criticism. You're right. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Let's move on to this one is a good one. It's not so weird, but it's funny. Okay, caught on camera. I found this one. So this was high school track. They were doing they're running, and look over there, it's the dog.
Oh my god!
So
and
somebody
it makes it.
Yeah, somebody was had their dog. They were watching the athletes, and
the dog just decided to join.
The dog saw the girls running and just said, "I'm going for it," and just bolted down the track right after the girl.
I actually see our dog doing that.
That's exactly why I clicked on this, right? Because I'm like,
and he takes first, of course he does.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't even the girl's dog. At first, I thought it was the girl's dog, but no. It wasn't, right? And he's just running after this girl.
Oh my god!
So this is the girl that's talking. That was the one that the dog ran after. I'm trying to see. I don't know. The video isn't the highest quality, but I don't even see where he bolted from. But apparently he just went for it. Look at it. But he just goes, man. I think he's fast. Look at that. He's fast. Wow. So that I found this one to be interesting.
That one is really cool.
So
See, you've gotta love dogs. Like they just look at it.
right. Yeah, the owner's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't, I didn't want him to do that." He almost tripped her. Look, he just
Yeah.
crosses in front of her, like as every dog does, like Loki.
Yeah.
Just crosses in
Or
front.
they just, they just stand behind you when you're not seeing them, and
Oh well.
yeah.
Well, now I have a couple. Was it a couple of weeks ago that we spoke about? Will I Am had a new mask,
Yes.
right? It was a cool mask,
It
right?
was with headphones and all the
Right. It was a cool mask.
and all
So
the
so
contraptions.
I found that news. I brought it to you guys. If you didn't catch that episode, I think it was 2 weeks ago. You can go back on the YouTubes and find that video. Mask. You had like the headphone
like
thing.
very stylish.
Very
Yeah,
high tech
yeah.
LED lights.
That's right. I knew there was
little
something else.
little motors. For,
Yeah,
like, woo,
yeah,
like-
yeah. What happened to it?
And then this week I found another mask that I think you might like.
Let me see.
It's called First. Oh no, that's not it. Oh man, where'd it go? Oh my God!
Did you
Oh
lose
my
it?
God! I lost it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I'll find it. Hold on. I'm not gonna click the button yet because I've got the links. I've got covered, man. Don't worry about me. I got you. Look,
Where
watch.
did it go?
Click. There you go.
There we go.
All right, this guy's a Belgian artist. I'm gonna click on the news. Portable Oasis offers COVID protection and fresh air. Are you ready?
Alright.
You want one? I'll buy it for you if you wear it. There you go. If you guys want a mask,
Oh
This is
my
it.
God!
He the man.
People are going crazy.
it's a Belgian artist. His name is Alan. He calls it the Portable Oasis. It's made out of plexiglass. It's a mini greenhouse. Yeah. And basically it
Okay,
there's
creative.
aromatic plants inside, so it smells good too,
Oh.
right? So it not only protects you, but it smells good.
It's creative, innovative for sure.
But you can see the other folks over there. They're all,
They're so confused.
yo, what you doing, man? It can be confusing. I can say that. I mean, everybody's
Can
looking at
you
him.
picture all of us walking with something like that?
Listen, it's an amazing idea. I think it's very planet friendly. You're
my
growing a
God.
garden. It's cool, but the weight of that, I don't know. Cause look at that. Like we're not joking here. Like there's
It's not. It's yeah,
It's like-
not
it-
even astronauts need something like that.
it's like you're walking around with a planter.
Oh my
That's the
God!
bottom line,
yeah.
right? So I mean, the guy's protected, I guess, if
For
you want to
sure.
see. Yeah. So that yeah,
Portable always.
portable. So should I order two?
Sure,
Imagine
for our
us-
kids.
No. Just the two of us. We'll walk down the street here, go downtown
Sure.
Toronto.
Let's see how people react.
Let's see what they have to say.
It'll be awesome just to see their reaction.
I don't know. Some news pieces, man.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Moving on. Once this thing is all over and we can actually get on a plane and go on holidays, can I make a suggestion?
Sure. Go for it.
This was I don't know how long we can stay there. It's gonna be I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they go by the day or whatever, but
Okay.
world's first space hotel could open in 2027.
Oh.
So in 6 years from now, which is probably more or less when we're gonna have this all over and done with, at this rate, we can go to space, man. Look, I'm gonna show you. Look at that.
That's the hotel?
That's what they're projecting. Yeah, it sounds like that's what they're gonna do. So they're gonna start building this, or they're starting already. I don't know.
Okay. Have you figured out how much it will cost us to book this hotel?
Look at that.
That's like Star Trek. Look
I
at
know, right? When I saw this, I was like, the first thing that came to my mind is like, Star Trek is true. I don't know about that chandelier for some weird reason. I don't
Yeah.
think it just fits that
No.
thing. Like it's everything else is like
It's Star
sci-fi,
Trek.
and then that chandelier brings me back to
Yeah.
the Stone Age. But anyways, there's like 50 feet in diameter, and it's 44 autopilot emergency return vehicles. Oh, so if something goes wrong, you can be ejected.
Listen, I've
don't
always been fascinated
look at the
by
view.
Star Trek. Exactly.
Look at that view.
I've always been fascinated by Star Trek, especially the Next Generation. I mean, it can happen. Right?
So they'll have cooking facilities, 3 bathrooms, and enough beds for 16 people.
And it's called Voyager, like the Star Trek.
You know what I mean? You can tell these Star Trek geeks. You know, look at this. Look at this restaurant. Look at the view. Like, come on, man.
Wow.
Honestly, this is something else. Cosmic cocktails, of course. Why not? You know, they have a gym and activity module, a large recreation hall with a ceiling over 23 feet where you can enjoy jumping, running, and playing sports with a sixth of Earth's gravity. So I guess you can just kind of bounce around. I see people bumping into each other. And
I'm just
I see
trying
accidents
to
happening.
Picture this. Wow.
And it's ready for reservations. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how much it will be because there's no information
price tag
on that.
to it.
I guess it's just, you got to give those golden cards and here you go. And
Wow.
listen, I think it's a good idea. I would love, would you go up? Would you go up to one of these things?
I would probably go. Yeah.
I would do it for sure.
Again,
I would definitely
I like
do
the
it.
fact that it's called Voyager. I love that Star Trek feeling to it.
Exactly.
Like I said.
Exactly. This is the closest thing to Star Trek you can be.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tempting for sure. I'd like to know the price tag though, so that I don't keep my hopes high.
Price tag aside, let's just pretend that we're gonna be millionaires in a couple of years, or by 2027.
We will be.
Yeah, of course, and we can go up there. I mean, this is gonna be quite something, and then you can go probably from here. You can go to Mars.
See, that I don't care about.
Well, do you know they're already able to create oxygen there with some sort of I don't know the details, but
there's just something about
see,
the
I read a lot of
pictures
headlines. I read a lot of headlines,
But
and I get a lot of information, but then it gets so technical.
Yeah,
They have this little box that if they put the air from Mars in it goes in and then it does whatever and then it creates I don't know how much oxygen, and they're saying that if they have a lot of those things, it'll actually be able to create enough oxygen so that it could give oxygen to the astronauts. So it's I don't know, a lot of things, but the technical stuff I don't know.
The only thing for me is based on the pictures I have seen, I don't have an interest. It just doesn't look appealing to me to go to Mars.
I know. We're gonna move on to the logo. Enough of this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about Inter Milan removes letters from the FC from the badge, and it's more of an icon. So this is the old one. This is the new one. I'm gonna click to make it bigger so we can see. So I'll be honest, the old one was a mishmash of a lot of letters.
It was very busy.
It's confusing to my eyes. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but it was confusing. And then the new one, they've kind of let go of some. You can see the T. Oh, no, the I. I'm sorry.
The I and the M, yeah.
See what happened there? I saw a T. That can happen.
True.
That can be a problem.
Well, yeah.
That can be a problem. So there's an I and an M. Fine. It's okay. It looks better, in my opinion. It's simpler. It works well. The black and the blue and the white. I think this is a win.
Yeah.
I'll give it a thumbs up on this one.
Yeah, that one is really nice.
If you look at the older logos, you can tell that they had always that mishmash of a whole bunch of letters. I don't know what happened over here, like in this.
Yeah, that one looks weird.
So that's 79 to 88, and then there's 88 to
which is pretty much the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same. They just put Inter on top, and then they went back to the old stuff, very similar to the old. Again, more or less the same thing. And honestly, this was a bigger change when that serpent there. I don't know if that's a serpent, if that's a cobra, whatever that is.
I don't know what that is.
But I think this one is gonna, and this is what's happening. I'm noticing a lot in a lot of the older brands. They want to rebrand their logos because they want it to be used onto social media better, or into the newer mediums better. And the old logos were too confusing, right? That's why, if you notice,
they're all cleaning them up.
See, a good logo needs to work on a billboard, and it needs to work on a stamp. Those were the rules back in the day. Now it needs to work on a billboard, and it needs to work on
phone, everywhere,
on your Instagram profile icon. So, and that's the thing. Like when you look at this in a smaller version, you can tell what it is. It's now more visible. While this one, it's a mishmash. If you're looking at it on your phone at even smaller than that, you're not even gonna tell what the letters are. So it's a win, I think. I'm going to bring this one up the next time because Juventus did a good, this was already last year, but did a good revamp on their logo.
That's pretty awesome.
We are game time.
I shot this.
This one is good. This one is good. I think there's sound to this. Let me see if there's sound. Like if we go like Space Invaders, is there anything? No? Original? No? I don't think it's working. No, it's not working. Anyways, so if you guys want to check this out, it's to the point .co.uk. You can find this little game. Every week we bring a little game that has to do with design, with that kind of stuff. Last week was color, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like everything is mishmashing.
Yeah.
This one is cool. So. Obviously, it's a little pun when it comes to the name of this. It's not I shot the sheriff.
Yes.
But it's I shot the serif. So, fonts, there's a whole different type of fonts out there. You can have the sans serif and the serif. The serif are the ones that have the extra little wiggly things at the end of it. Okay. So this is a serif. This is a sans serif. So sans means nothing wiggly things, right? So when you start playing this game, this is actually cool. You're gonna have to hit. Where do you?
Like song.
You can go play as a junior.
That would be me.
Middleweight or a senior. I'm gonna go middleweight, so I'm not gonna try to pretend that I'm.
Whoa.
Yeah. Let me just make this smaller. So this is the thing. So that's a sans serif. That's a serif font. You click there. Boom. You got it. Right? So things are going to get harder here.
So it'll be the E and
boom,
the Y.
Right?
Okay.
And then it moves on to the next one and it keeps giving you more and more and more. And you're like,
go with that R,
there.
There
Boom.
you go.
You see? Now, let's do one by mistake just to see what happens. So if I click on this one.
So cool.
So, and I think it times you to see how quick you can get these.
The U?
Trying to go faster. Okay.
Whoa, it's like going to the
So it keeps giving you more and more and more.
Yeah.
Actually, this is another game that I want to try on my iPad because I think it's going to be quicker on the iPad because with the pencil you can click on it quicker. It's funny that I you know me, I use a tablet when I work all day, so it's for me it's easier to use.
You missed the D.
I missed the D. Yes, I did. And the I and the Q and the B and the A. Boom. Well done. I've been promoted. All right. So this is a fun little game. If you guys want to try this at home with the rest of the family and see whoever gets a bigger score and the time left.
See, this one I get.
Right? It's
the previous easy. Ones were like, oh my god.
Oh come on, they were fun too.
They were fun.
They're all fun.
Really,
if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. They're all very, very fun. So now we're gonna move on to the YouTube channel. You like the way I sing very well.
Please don't.
All right, we're going into another tech guy. Tech guy because I love tech. We're talking about Anthony LiPani.
And I think you need to post it.
I did. Thank you so much. I was making a mistake again. Mr. Boo Boo. So Anthony LiPani. So this guy, I like him. I don't know how he kind of showed up on my feed. I started watching a video, second video, third video. I liked him. I subscribed. I like what he's doing. On the about, he says he's Anthony, formerly known as the Everything Man. I don't know what that means. I don't know him personally, so I don't know. I can't ask him that. Professional camera guy, student of mistakes. So am I. I've majored and I'm taking my master's now on that. And this channel is about camera related vlogs, teaching, learning, and comedy. And this is why I kind of got glued into his channel, is because he's got one of those dry sense of humor that I like. I like it. I highly doubt that he'll ever watch my videos here, or probably not. Who knows? But I like what he's doing. So it's like, do you get the right information? Because he's still very technical about everything he's reviewing, from camera stuff and all of that. He's very, very good at that. He's obviously, he has to be a good photographer because he does understand what he's talking about in terms of cameras, lenses, and all of that. So he gives you a lot of good information, but he does it with a different twist to it.
That's interesting.
And I like it.
That.
I like
That's
it.
Creative.
So if you are looking for, if you like tech and you're always looking for some different opinions on the new camera that's coming out, or the new, I see it there, the new Rode Wireless Go, which I want to get.
Oh, here we go.
It's good. Here's an option. I mean, you should check them out. I like it.
I like it.
Suggestion. Let me know if you like him. Check out his videos. Let me know.
Yeah,
it's good.
Sure.
We're gonna move on. Ow! I keep hitting the mic. I gotta move this over here, but the wire isn't long enough. I gotta find a better extension. Podcast time. Are we back? Are we back?
We are back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back. We're going to talk about two guys that I actually enjoy their YouTube channels, but they also have a podcast. So we're talking about these two fellas over here, Canadians, eh? They're both Canadians, eh? So we're talking about Peter McKinnon and Matti Haapoja, which is funny because now, so for those of you who don't know who these guys are, and if you've been living under a rock and don't know who these people are, this is Matti, this is Peter. I'm gonna try to make there you go, that's Peter. There you go. If you shake this, it will make it bigger. It's technology for you. Anyways, his name is Matti, so it's Matti. But interestingly enough, he has his brother now working with him, and his brother calls him Mate.
Oh.
So the pronunciation is quite different, which is very interesting. So it has to do, I'm not 100% sure where he's actually from or his family's from, but going from Matti, everybody says Matti, but his brother says Mate, which is interesting. I just thought I would throw that in there. So these guys are YouTubers, pretty big YouTubers. I mean, I think everybody at this point, if you've been in YouTube, you know who Peter McKinnon is, and Matti as well, because these guys are friends. These guys are very cool videographers and photographers, and they do a very good job with their videos. They've both of them gone over the 1 million subscribers. I mean, Peter, I think, is 4 million or something like that. Matti is like just over the 1 million. These guys have been putting out a lot of good work, a lot of good reviews, and they decided to do a podcast, which they call the Matti and Pete Show. And might I say, I like the logo.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I like the logo. I like it.
Nice.
They keep it very simple. It's nice and dark. I love the whole thing. It
has a bar feeling to it.
Yes, it does. And obviously, these guys know what they're doing in terms of videography and photography. So obviously, the podcast is also filmed pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very nice.
So you can watch these and you can listen to them. So if you go to Matti and Pete Show, Matti and Pete Show.com, you will find this website, and this way you can choose to either listen And if you listen, you have all of these things available to you, or you can actually listen to it right here directly, or you can watch it and it shows you all of the YouTube videos here as well. But you can click and go to YouTube and check them out as well.
That's
A lot of cool information. These guys are two friends. They've been, friends for a long time. They do the same kind of thing, and it's very interesting. It's very entertaining. I love the way that they're doing their podcast. It's essentially just two buddies talking about their photography and videography life and what they do on day-to-day life. So it's really a cool podcast. I really highly suggest you guys check this out. And these guys are homies. They're from Ontario. I'm not gonna say Toronto because they live a little bit more up north.
Us.
But I guess they're Toronto. Same thing. Doesn't matter. They're from here. Go Canada. All right, and that's it, man. We talked a lot today.
You did.
I know I did. It's a good thing I have my coffee. I got my hustle.
But
got my hustle.
There
it's
you go.
hard.
No, but it was interesting, especially all the Apple stuff that came out this week, and it was definitely.
It was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit ticked off. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the hell happened with Facebook and why we're not on Facebook.
We were not
I'm
able to
a little bit
it.
ticked off. Yep.
We'll find out.
So I'm just gonna be posting, the link of this to Facebook, and hopefully people will still watch it and that. And if you're here because you're now rewatching this and you're on YouTube, how about you just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave us some comments. So that Anna can read the comments.
I know, be nice. I
really
like
be
reading
nice.
them.
Of course they're going to be nice. Everybody's nice.
There you go. I like reading them.
I think. That's that. We're going to be back next Friday at 7 o'clock. Same bat channel.
Will do.
Same bat time. Thank you for being here.
See ya.